Hey Facebook Live, what's up? I'm about to double stream on Instagram. So let me start that. What does this say? Visit the streamer. I don't know what that means. Instagram, sorry that you see up my nose right now. All right. That's a really bad angle. Oh well, it is what it is. Okay. What's up, friends? Happy motherfucking whatever day it is, Tuesday. I haven't done a live in a while. If I'm looking at a weird angle, it's because I'm streaming on Facebook and Instagram. So what's up? Say hi in the comments below. Give me some fucking love. Guys, I am way more excited than I sound. I'm kind of like still fucking off with my sleep after my trip. But I will tell you guys, my trip to Indianapolis, sorry Instagram, I wasn't looking at you, was fucking life-changing. It was amazing. We had the best keynote speakers ever at our event, and I just wanted to share some of the stuff with you guys that I learned, one of the biggest things being the key to happiness in life. And this was from a keynote speaker, I think his name was Sean Achor, something like that, A-C-H-O-R. But essentially, I felt passionate about sharing what I learned because I've been depressed before many times in my life, and it's not fucking fun. I remember the first time I was depressed was when I moved to California the very first time, and I lived in, where did I live? I lived in Orange County in Huntington Beach back in 2015, and I had literally just given away all my belongings, packed up my fucking Honda, don't have a Honda anymore, but I used to have a Honda, and I moved across the country. Also, if my washing machine in the background is distracting, let me know. I can go turn it off. I don't know how loud it is. Someone tell me in the comments below if it's too loud. Okay, so I have ADD really bad. All right, so I moved across the country the first time. I literally gave everything away that wouldn't fit in my Honda. And I moved to Orange County, didn't even know where I was gonna live, just like drove across the country and showed up. And I thought California was my dream. And it's funny because I've lived here like 3 different times, kind of been moving back and forth between Hawaii and California for a few years now. But I moved and I thought it was my dream, and I got depressed like 2 months in, and it just like crushed my soul. I felt so fucking lost. And to be depressed and across the country from your family and where you grew up and everything you know was the scariest motherfucking feeling in the world. And I had also just given away my cats that I had had since I was literally 19 years old to my family. I remember one night literally crying in my closet, screaming out my cat's name. I'm like, Bella, I need you, Bella. Like sobbing, like ugly cry, like it was bad. And I've had other times since then, like I healed that depression, but I've had other times since then where I've gone in and out of depression. So that's why I feel passionate about talking to you guys about what the key to happiness is, and to tell you guys about our trip to Indianapolis. So if you don't know me or know what I do, I'm Jess, and I've been a coach with the company Beachbody for 5.5 years now, and it's honestly not what I expected to do with my life. I have a master's degree in higher education. I had a corporate job. I was like getting promoted really quickly, but then I was like, wow, I'm actually really miserable. So I found this thing, and I didn't know you could earn an income doing it. I just wanted to help people because I lost 60 pounds and it changed my life. My Instagram just paused. Okay, we're back. And I just started it because I was like, wow, if I could just help somebody and feel more fulfilled, that would make me feel amazing, because I was in a corporate job that was sucking my soul dry. Give me some other fucking emojis if you've ever been in that situation. And I'm gonna take some water. So that's how I got started with it. And I remember saying, I'm not a salesperson. I'll probably never make money with this. And the funny thing is like, yes, we have products that we sell, but we're not actually being salespeople. Because if you are a Nikki salesperson, you're gonna fucking flop and fail in this business. And I've earned over $500,000 since getting started with this company because I didn't want to be an icky salesperson, because I was focused on helping other people. And I have to throw the income disclaimer in there that Beachbody does not guarantee any certain amount of income that you make when you get started. It all depends on your level of skill and effort. There's no guarantee. Okay. So now that we've got through that, that's just a little bit about my story of how I got started with the company. And I found out about it through social media. Someone that I worked with at the time was posting about helping people lose weight. And I was like, wow, I want to do that, like I mentioned. So I remember when I first got started, I went to our first conference. It was in Vegas back then. What's cool is we get to go to different places every year. And because of this opportunity, I actually didn't used to travel very much. I'm from South Carolina, y'all, from a small town. And I basically only ever lived in South Carolina, Georgia, and then North Carolina when I quit my job to do just Beachbody back in 2013. So anyway, I started traveling to go to these conferences. And I remember the very first conference, this is like an annual event that we have every single year. I went and I saw all these people speaking on stage, and they were talking about earning a 6-figure income and retiring their spouses. And like, I was like, what the fuck? Like, what is this? And for me, I never made a goal to make a 6-figure income or anything like that. I just wanted to have more freedom. I just wanted to see my family more. I lived in Georgia and my family lived in South Carolina, an hour away. And I didn't get to see them very often at all. So that was my only vision. But because of going to that one event and surrounding myself with all those like-minded people, that is what helped me turn into who I am today. Because when I started this business, I was shy as fuck. I didn't believe in myself. I had never really traveled, like I said. And by going to this conference, it just helped open my eyes to so much more. And it's so cool to look back, 5.5 years down the road from when I started building my business, to go back this year, and I feel the most excited that I've ever fucking felt in my life. And I'm telling you guys this like preface just to give you, to let you know like what the fuck, why was I in Indianapolis? What was this event? So yeah, we were in Indianapolis this year and we're going back next year, which I'm really excited about. I actually really loved Indianapolis. And I have so many things to say, and I don't like to have slides or notes because I can't be natural and flowing. So I just feel compelled to share with you guys what we learned about at this conference. And this was the key to happiness. This was the whole thing I wanted to talk about. And I told you all of the backstory to that too, so that you can know where I came from and you can know that I've struggled many times in my life. And so you can know that just because of where you're from or just because of who you are, it doesn't mean you can't have what you want. I've worked really hard to get to where I am today, but it's all because of this opportunity that I've been able to create this life. So the thing that they talked about, our keynote speaker, Sean Acor, however you say his name, he talks about the key to happiness is community. And it's having people around that support you. And give me some hearts if that's something that you want to create in your life. If you want to create your tribe, if you want to find your people, give me some fucking emojis, because that's honestly something I had, but it wasn't my people, if that makes sense. Like back when I lived in Georgia, I volunteered at the church that I went to, and the same when I lived in North Carolina. What's up, girl? I see your emojis coming in. Thanks, guys. So I had like my tribe at church, but you guys know me now, a few years later. I fucking love Jesus. I love God. Someone's probably going to say something because I said fuck and God in the same sentence, but that's okay. You're not my person. Love you. Mean it. But they weren't my people because I always felt restricted. I felt like I couldn't fully be myself. So because of Beachbody, again, I fucking found my tribe. And most of them, well, I should say 99.9% of them are people that I met through social media, just like you guys. So that's what he was saying in the keynote speaker presentation, is that community is the key to happiness. And depression happens because we aren't surrounded with community and we aren't speaking up about what we're going through because we're so ashamed. And it's going to get really motherfucking real right now, just to let you know. And I did a post that spoke about this a little bit earlier today, where I was talking about how I used to make myself burn more extra calories just because I was punishing myself for the foods that I ate, and how me and my ex-boyfriend literally worked out when we were drunk because we were trying to burn off the calories that we just drank and ate. Like, super shameful, but I would never talk about those things before. This is why I had eating disorders, and it was so shameful because I didn't open up about it because I was afraid, what are people going to think about me? And I've gone through this myself recently. I shared with you guys that Yes, I've made a lot of money in this business, but last year was a slower year for almost everyone in the company. And I went through some things that weren't pleasant. And even this year, I had a few months that were lower than I needed, honestly. And, you know, I was traveling in Bali, I was in Australia. So I was doing the best that I could to show up and work my business. But sometimes there's only so much you can do. Like the Wi-Fi sucked, or I wouldn't have Wi-Fi at all. So anyways, I went through some of these things and I was so embarrassed to talk about it. And I taught this in our manifesting boot camp that just ended last week, it just ended. I had made a conscious decision to go back into credit card debt when I moved to LA and got my place in Santa Monica because I came here with nothing, guys. Nothing but my suitcase of clothes and my suitcase of fitness gear. I'm being so real. Because when I lived in Hawaii last year, I had a furnished place, so I didn't have anything. And I had sold my car when I left Hawaii. So I came to Santa Monica. I didn't have anything. I didn't even have a vehicle. One of my affirmation reminders just popped up on my phone. Okay. So I was like, okay, well, since my business months didn't go exactly as I wanted them to while I was traveling, this is a conscious decision that I'm making. And I honestly spent probably $20,000 to get all the beautiful stuff from my place that I loved. And I financed my Jeep because I wanted a fucking Jeep. And I didn't want a car that maybe cost less, but I didn't love as much because that's just not my style. So anyway, but these were honestly things even earlier this year I was too embarrassed to talk about because I'm like, what if people think I'm a failure? I might even cry. They might see me, you know, I've grown the successful business and I've had some rough months, and what if they just think I'm this, or what if they think I'm that? I'm such a failure. It was horrible. And the good thing is that now, I'm trying not to cry. I'm going to cry. The universe honestly pushed me so hard in the last couple of weeks to be so fucking real with people about what I was struggling with and what I was going through. And I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I borrowed money from my parents for the first time in years. I think I borrowed money from my parents 3 times since I was 16, and I'm 30 years old. And I always wanted to be independent and do my own thing. And even when my parents offered me money when I first started my business, I said, no, I got this, because I wanted to be strong. And because I had a lower business month and more expenses, I had to borrow money from my parents. And I was so embarrassed. And then I talked to my best friend since middle school about something, and I talked to one of my other best friends about something. And I was so embarrassed, but I'm telling you guys, it feels so freeing, probably why I'm crying, to let it out. Even if you think you're a failure, you're not a failure. And by letting all that out and letting people support me and encourage me, I can't even tell you guys the most beautiful things that people said to me and how loved and supported I felt because I just opened my mouth. So I'm telling you guys all that to say that by keeping stuff in, that's what causes the depression. By being embarrassed or feeling ashamed, that's what causes the depression. And that's why having a community is so important. And that's why I'm so fucking grateful for the community that we have with Beachbody, because like I've told you guys, it doesn't matter how much money I've made. Okay, I've earned $500,000 or more since I started this. I paid off all my debt before a couple years ago. But those weren't the things that impacted my life the most. The things that impacted my life the most was that I finally fucking got over anxiety. I finally let go of anxiety and panic attacks because of the support and community that we have. Because of the support and community that we have, I finally overcame eating disorders after struggling with them almost my whole entire life. Because of our community and support, I finally have a positive mindset. And yes, I'm human and I struggle sometimes, but I was so negative. I did not believe in myself. I just never thought it was possible for me to live the kind of life that I live now. But because of our community, I believed in myself. I've gotten in the best shape of my life because of our community and because of the things that we do together. And I will tell you guys, I'm a very independent person still, even though I'm working on this, letting other people help me thing. So a lot of times I'll kind of go off and do my own thing and isolate myself because that's just kind of how I am sometimes. I operate better that way. Not that I don't love other people, but I just put my blinders on and go. And I will tell you that that is not the best quality to have all the time, because sometimes you really have to let other people just help you and lift you up and support you. And that's why I'm so glad of the community, or I'm so proud and grateful for the community and tribe that we've built, because we can lift each other up and we don't have to isolate ourselves and go through this alone. And I'm just really passionate about this because this is something that I've always struggled with. And I still have my times now. Like, I'm new to Santa Monica. I lived in LA for a few months back in 2016, but a completely different part of town. I lived in Hollywood, interestingly enough. And I outgrew most of the people that I knew from when I lived here before. So even sometimes now, I struggle. I have days where I struggle because I feel like I do have a few good friends here, but sometimes they can feel lonely because it's still brand new to me. And I'm used to moving around all the time, but I'm fucking tired of moving. So I'm like, no, I'm staying. I'm going to find my tribe, and I'm being intentional about it. So I'm going to wrap this up in a minute because I have a few things I need to go do before some calls that I have. But I just invite you guys to think about, how would it make you feel to have your tribe of people that can lift you up and support you? Because life is not meant to do this alone. And where can you find those people? You know, like attracts like. So think about the kind of people that you want to be surrounded with, and where do those people hang out? I go to this sound healing at this meditation studio in Venice Beach, like 2 miles away, and I meet my tribe of people there. Even if I've only been once or twice, I've met a couple. Well, I met one person so far. I guess I've only been once. Anyways, that's besides the point. So I go to things like that. I go to vegan restaurants. Even though I'm not a vegan, I like vegan food. So I go meet people there. I actually meet a lot of people online too, just by looking up LA shit on Instagram. So where can you go meet your people? And I want to just ask you to think about, like, what is that one thing that you're holding on to and holding inside that you're so embarrassed to share? And I'm going to challenge you to go share it with somebody today. Because although it may scare the motherfucking shit out of you, I promise you it's going to liberate you, and you're going to feel so much more supported once you can let it out and let that other person help you. Let me see what you guys are saying in the comments. I'm grateful for sharing your story. It means a lot to me. Oh, I'm so glad, boo. It's him to take over the USA. Yes, girl. I agree, Holly. So that was just like a completely raw motherfucking tangent. I didn't plan on saying any of that stuff. It just poured out of my soul. It was meant to be. So I really just hope this helped you. I hope it gave you some guidance on what you can do to be happier in your life, to feel supported, to have your tribe. Excuse me. And if you're looking for your tribe, you guys may or may not know that I do have an online health and wellness tribe, Tribe Fierce and Free. I miss them all so much already. Like, it's been July 3rd, today's Tuesday. It's been 1 week since I got back from Indianapolis, and we just had a video call last night. And I was like, oh, hey, what's up, family? Yes. Like, I was about to cry after a video call last night because I'm like, oh my God, I just miss them so much. And they're all like in Ohio and Washington and other states across the country. But if you're looking for your online tribe, we do meet up several times a year, and we have the motherfucking time of our life, and we work together and we change the motherfucking world. So there's an invite for you if you feel that resonates with you. But if not, no worries. I'm still here to help you guys and love you guys no matter what. And yeah, if you just got on, do go back and listen, because I cried earlier, but it was a good cry, and I think it'll inspire a lot of people to just be fucking real and to stop hiding, and to just know. I just want to close out by saying this. No matter how much money you have in your fucking bank account right now, no matter how much you weigh or feel about yourself and your body, no matter if you're single or taken, no matter if you're divorced or married, no matter what you feel like you've been through that's destroyed you, that's made you so unworthy and so embarrassed, you are so fucking worthy. You are so perfect just how you are. Pretty much all those things that I just mentioned, I've been through in my life. I'm divorced, if you didn't know that. I'm single, been single for a while by choice. I don't have a lot of money in my bank account right now at this moment, even though I've made a lot of money. But that is not how I define success. Because if that's how you define your success, you're always going to be miserable. You're always going to be looking for that next thing. So that's all I got for you guys. My clothes are falling off. I love you guys so much. Let me end Instagram. By Instagram, I love you, and then I'm going to end Facebook. And let me know before I end this, if you guys have any questions about anything that I said, let me know. I love you all so much. I'll also upload this to my YouTube channel so you can watch it later. Bye, Instagram. Love you guys. Bye, Facebook. Love you guys too. I spaced out.